Hey y'all, what's going on? It's Station 19, Season 3, Episode 6. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, so it's Ice, Ice Baby is the name of the episode. I don't even know if that was the right song that I was singing, but nevertheless, um, I'd say one thing. I'm about sick of them doing Grey's Anatomy and Station 19 so tied together. It's starting to get annoying. It's starting to get annoying. Like we need, like it's cool for like every once in a while. That's cool. Do a crossover here and there, but like, bro, it ain't gotta be every episode. I feel like I'm watching a part two of every episode of Station 19. Is like a part two. Like it was cool at first, but now it's just starting to get repetitive and boring. Um, So you guys know they've been having flashbacks every week. This week they did flashbacks of Travis and the issues that he had with his parents because of who he chose to be in a relationship with, and they didn't come to his wedding and everything. And his mom was supposed to do a poem at his wedding, and she didn't do it. She didn't show up because his dad didn't support his marriage and everything. Um, So yeah, she didn't come. So then she wanted to do a private. She decided to do a private, like with just them, doing the poem there, and he was like, "Bro, this ain't enough." So Travis trying to he gets a call about a woman, and she, is trapped in a car under snow. We only hear a voice. Um, and she kind of says that her son was mad at her for a long time because he took she took him away from his dad when he was 4 years old. Because his dad wasn't a good person, but he never knew that. And she kept it away from him. She said he's been mad all his life, and he's 32 now. Like, bro, that's 20 years ago. You gotta get over that. So yeah, so she starts. It seems like she might. It either could have been hypothermic shock, or she may have had Alzheimer's or something to where she was forgetful. I don't know. I mean, I don't think she would be driving like that if she had Alzheimer's, but you never know. And she was just very forgetful. So time went on. They couldn't find her, so they called. So she just ended up dying, and Travis was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry." Basically to her, like, "I forgive you, mom," which is something that he really wanted to say to his own mom. So yeah, so now we got that out the way. Let's get into the good stuff. Um, I'll say this: JJ is hilarious. Brenda Songs is so hilarious as JJ. Um, like the commentary is hilarious. Like she called Bishop Barbie. Um, she called Herrera Pruitt Herrera. She called him Mario, like Mario Kart or something. She said. I'm like, bro, she's hilarious on this show. Um, so yeah, Miller and JJ are there at the firehouse because they are having this snowing. I guess I should have mentioned that at first. They're having a snow day, the snowing. People are coming there for safety and everything, and um, yeah, so they're pretty much there. Everybody's there. Nobody's in and out. So like, I guess they have some rescue teams that were out. But I guess that Station 19 wasn't a part of that rescue team for that time. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Yeah, so they weren't a part of the rescue team this time. They were a part of the inside crew, and they stay there all night. Normally, I don't know if that's how their shifts normally work. I think they usually like come in the morning and leave at like at 7 o'clock. They come in at 7, leave it. I don't know. They have a night shift and they have you know, a day shift. So every fire department is different, I guess. But yeah. So, uh, yeah. Where was I? Where was I at? I kind of lost my place. Yeah, Miller and JJ. Yeah. So she goes into labor, and Bishop is getting all this advice from Karina, talking about what to do about the baby, and she brought up the masturbation thing, like how that could help her, um, you know, feel better, like through the because she couldn't get to an epidural or any medicine, so she just thought that that would make her feel like it's a proven fact that if you do that, like you feel that down tingly sensation down there when you're having a baby, that it could help move the process along faster and help you feel better. So yeah. Um Warren and of course Warren, it seems like Warren and Sullivan has been paired up a lot this season. It seems to be that way. Um so we're getting to see some different dynamics because I feel like Sullivan he feels okay to be a little bit more open with Warren because Warren's kind of stepping into this different role with having his like surgeons on the field type thing. So I feel like Warren has a little. I mean, I feel like Sullivan has a little bit more respect for him. Not only that, but Warren has had a lot of jobs. He was an anesthesiologist. Then he was a doctor. Now he's a firefighter, EMT. Um, and now he's doing his surgery program. So Warren has done a lot of jobs. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm super trying to stay awake. But yeah, so I feel like Sullivan has like a lot of respect for him. Nevertheless, uh, they deal with this dude who, chops off his foot with a chainsaw. Like, bro, you chopped off your foot with a chainsaw on accident. But then he staples it back together, bro. That's crazy. Um, so then dude like locks him out of the anvil. He's like, bro, you're not chopping off my leg. And Warren's like, bro, let me in, let me in, let me in. Sullivan, here comes Sullivan. Beep beep. He unlocks the doors with the keys, and I'm like, bro, come on, bro, you didn't think to do that? Apparently not. Um, somebody had mentioned them. They were like, are you guys boyfriend and girlfriend to Miller and and Vic? And I'm like, bro, could this possibly be something? Could they possibly maybe one day, uh, could that go somewhere? We'll see. Gibson and Vasquez, I think that's his name. Um, he finds out about what his wife done, sleeping with Gibson, and he punches him in the face. He was like, bro, what do you think I should do about this? We work together, he's acting like he didn't know who it was and everything. So then, he punches him in the face. And he um Gibson ends up telling Miller, and he's like, bro, that's unforgivable, bro. You can't do that. Like, there's a code. We are supposed to be family. We're supposed to be brothers and sisters. And you're doing this. And he's like, yeah, this is unforgivable. So he leaves. And he's mad at him about it. Um, Andy and Bishop finally start to talk about things. And Andy, or Bishop is like, um, yo, so, I'm still trying to be your friend. You're my friend and I love you. Uh, I know what I did was, you didn't appreciate what I did, just because I got the job over you. And Andy's whole thing is, yeah, it's not that you got the job over me, it's that you don't care about my feelings, that you got the job over me, a job that was promised, that was owed to me, that I worked hard for, that I deserved, and you got my job. So it's not because you were such a good person. It's because I had a heartbreak, or not a heartbreak, but a devastation in my life. My best friend died. That's the only reason why you got this position. Not because you were the most qualified, because you weren't, but because Andy was in turmoil at this point. She had just lost her best friend, um, and all of that. So it's kind of like, yeah, yeah, their whole thing is kind of confusing me, and Andy's just like, well, you didn't even care. You had no remorse. Like, where, where's the love, man? You could have just said, I'm sorry that this happened this way, you know, and she wouldn't have been mad. But you do things to make yourself get ahead without caring what happens result to the people you love. You broke up with your ex's, um, with your best friend's ex to get the position. So first of all, you already was in trouble for that. You was sleeping with her ex, and then at the same time, you dumped him to get a job. So then now nobody likes you right now, Bishop. So you need to chill out with all this, bro. Then the Bishop and Andy get to arguing and get talking about it more in front of her dad and everything. He's like, "Man, your dad's here every day. Like he's got something to prove. Like he's on his last life." And something that Andy clicks, and she's like, "Wait, what?" So then she starts to think about it, and she turns and she's like, "Bro, that's why you here? Are you sick or something wrong?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got cancer. I got maybe 6 months to live." And she's like, "Bro, what?" Like she's in total shock. And she they deliver the baby, and she has a breakdown. And then here come her knight in shining armor. I don't know how you say that, but here he come. So Vic's in there, and um Pruitt Herrera's in there, her father, and he's like, I just told her that I have, cancer and that I'm terminally ill. And Vic's like, Sullivan goes to go to that door. He's going in that room. He's gonna see about his woman. And Vic's like, you should give her some time. And he's like, please, you don't know what's going on here. I'm going on here. He didn't say that, but that's what his whole demeanor said. He goes in there and she just burst. She burst out in tears, and she has her they comfort each other. It's a comforting moment, and I'm just like, finally we're getting closer to where we need to be. Where are we gonna I'm so excited to see where they end up. I don't know, this is just like really burning a hole in my brain. I cannot wait to see where this leads to. um did y'all see how dark that baby was? Why that baby come out so dark? That baby should not have been that dark. First of all, the baby is half Asian, half black. That baby look black. That baby don't look no part of Asian. And I'm sitting here like, what? Yeah, that's TV for you. Um, that was pretty much this episode. Next week seems to be like it's going to be a good episode. I cannot wait. Yeah, so I'll see you guys then. And I'll see you guys in a minute on Grey's Anatomy. If you don't watch Grey's Anatomy, please subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you next week.